Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Like a mother, like a mother. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, you guys already know the tune. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That Earth, Wind, and Fire. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya, bye-ya. Yes, indeedy, I'm going to write graffiti on this bus. One time for your mind. And you can tell by that thumbnail right there, we're talking about something that's been out there lately. Something that everybody's talking about. Of course, I had to put my 4 cents in. Not 2, but double up, right? In fact, indubitably, we're going to get straight to it in a menudo style direct fashion. I'm going to give you my opinion, my perspective on what went down, the reasoning behind it, and how I think it goes from here. China Mac. Order the pinchy China Mac, right? What's happening, brother? Shout out to my Asian partners, man, first and foremost. And AD No Jumper, man, shout out to my brothers. It's all good in the hood, man. 2 individuals who had a confrontation, allegedly, right? Something went down. Something that just couldn't be avoided, right? Now, in life, everything can be avoided. Avoided. Oh, that pinchy gun, it's early. Avoided, right? But this right here, this little lightweight beef that they had, for some reason, couldn't be avoided. Now, I watched China Mac. You know, I'm a big fan of Mac Eats, man. Shout out to Mac Eats. I love the content. I love how he gets down. I just like the way China Mac moves, right? Not necessarily his rap music. I've never been a big fan of his music like that. I've never sat down and really listened to it, so I can't say if it's good or it's not. But at the same time, I will say his intelligence. He's a very highly intelligent individual. And the way he carries himself, his gangster. You know, I identify with that, and I appreciate it. I know a real one when I see a real one. Steel sharpens steel. And what I can say is, man, maybe about a few months ago, man, I first, got put up on game on this guy, China Mac, started watching his channel, started watching a few interviews he did. And I said, man, this guy right here, China Mac, this guy's a real one, He had a different type of lifestyle, coming from the East Coast, man. This man was incarcerated over there in New York City, Rikers Island, did all his time, put it down, man, and got out after doing so much time with a good name. That's hard to do. Not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can go through the system, even as an Asian American out there in New York, and be surrounded by adversaries, be surrounded by people that you look different from, and people that will try to oppress you. It's a known fact, man. So you got to have a little bit of gangster in you. So you get that respect. You get out, motherfuckers is like, man, that one right there, yes, sir. Yes, indeed. He wrote graffiti all over the bus. He was with the business. So from the stories he tells and from the people that surround him and tell the stories also, China Mac was definitely a real one and definitely continues to be. Now, this man's out there just trying to get his bag. This man's out there doing a lot of different things. He's being a man standing on his 10, man. This man's out there working. This man's out there rapping. This man's out there being an entrepreneur. He's got his channel boom bangling. He's doing interviews. His name is Buzzing, cousin, right? And that's what you do in this life if you want to get that bag, man. You ain't necessarily got to go out there, rob people, hurt people, steal, cheat, kill, and all that. I mean, if you don't want to, right? But allegedly, this Vato's out there really getting that bag or getting to that bag. Okay, to what degree of bag he has, I can't call it, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there or my business. But what I do know is he's definitely getting to it. Now, of course, on the other side, you have this Vato AD No Jumper, right? And I don't know who this character is besides watching him on that show, No Jumper. Shout out to Adam22 and them guys doing their thing. Indubitably, man, they continue to be in the mix. They continue to be on the forefront of these interviews here on YouTube and to be bringing you the celebrities, the hot gossip, the divas, the island boys, and all the babosas that come with it. You know what I mean? On 50, because they got C-Mac Boom Bangling over there as well. But I appreciate No Jumper's content. I appreciate the interviews, and I like to sit back sometimes and click on to Adam and see what the fuck he's got to say. And he be bringing badass bitches on there and say, you know how Adam does it, right? Anyways, with that being said, this guy, 80 No Jumpers, is one of the cast. He's one of the characters that goes on. And I appreciate his intelligence and, the words he spits and the words he speaks. Me coming from the Valle, man, I've always had a lot of love for the black man, man. Meaning I've always had a lot of love for my brothers, right? I've rocked with my brothers side by side simultaneously, man, getting down. And I've gotten down with my brothers, man. There's 2 sides to every coin. So I've been there and I've done that, right? But at the end of the day, I will say, man, that this guy AD is a highly intelligent individual from what I see, man. And I like his get down. I like the character that he portrays on this show. And, I have nothing bad to say about this guy. Now, I guess the other day, what had happened, or this was a culmination of what's been building up. You know, China Mac actually went to No Jumper, man, did a little interview, was there kicking back, man, started to build a relationship with this cast of characters, and came up with this, you know, this idea of Mac Eats, you know, and basically voiced his opinion to this volatile AD who was with the business. AD was like, shit, that's a good ass idea, Mac. You're on that shit, man. We should do something like that together. We should work as a partnership, man. Maybe we can make something happen. Of course, that didn't materialize, and China Mac continued to do his own thing on YouTube and to push his little movement, his little Mac Eats show, and it was what it was. Well, all of a sudden, AD pops out the motherfucking bushes with his own little show, his own little Food Network type show, and Mac felt disrespected. He felt like this guy stole his idea. This guy utilized his thought process, and you know, basically that's what happened. Well, let me tell you in life what happens. Where are your antennas when you're over there talking too much? Okay, Mac, this is the problem I have with the situation. You should have never opened your boca and told the homie, man, what time it was. You just met this guy over a cold bowl of fucking oatmeal that didn't taste too good. It was lumpy as fuck, right? And started to give up, you know, these great ideas. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man, that Mac Eats shit is smart, right? It's highly intelligent. It's very, it's a good move, okay? It's a good look, especially for China Mac and the way he does it and presents it. But to be going out there and telling somebody about your grand scheme and your idea that you just met, you know that was your first mistake, right? You know you don't fucked up, right, cuz? You know you don't fucked up, right? Because what's going to happen in this world is everybody's cutthroat. Everybody's trying to get to that big old bag that's at the end of the rainbow. And ain't no motherfuckers leprechauns. What the fuck, right? So everyone's trying to get to it. So at the same time, while you're telling this guy, he's like this, oh, is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. He's processing, humps. He's processing. And when you're out of sight, out of mind, orderly, you're the fuck out of mind, right? And now he's going to proceed. Hey, I got an idea, Adam, right? And of course, he's going to make it his own. And that's what happens in life, man. It happens to me. Sometimes I'll be coming up with ideas. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you tell the wrong person, they're going to run with your shit. Who can I run to? Oh, Sasuke, over here. And they're gone, right? They're going to take your shit and dip on out. Dip and dash real quick with a whole lot of energy. That's just how it is. Okay, I'm not counting on Flacco. Maybe I am. You know, nah, fuck you. Shout out to my boy Flax. But what I'm saying is they're going to take your shit and dip, right? They're going to dip with your ideas. So you can't, you know, in this cutthroat life that we have right here, you can't indulge or you can't fucking trust anybody, man. You need to stick to your own on your own 10 and keep your mouth shut. So that was his first mistake. Now, of course, when China Mac was aware that AD was doing his own little food thing, he made a second mistake, a fatal mistake, right? He started to basically not wolf on him, but address him. Okay, as a man, you're supposed to address someone face to face. I understand, but in this world of social media nowadays, people will address you over the internet. So he started to rant and rave about AD, how AD basically, you know what I mean, did him dirty, pulled a snake move, whoop-doo, wop-de-wop, without really knowing about AD's gangster, right? You can't judge a man just based on meeting him one time, shaking his hand, and the shit was soft, and like, oh, this fool's soft as cotton. I ain't tripping. I'll get him in a dark alley one time for his mind, man. It ain't nothing. You can't judge that. You can't base nothing off that. You don't know what this man could have had an extensive background in Jew-Con-Do, right? What's Jew-Con-Do? I don't know, something like Taekwondo, only it's new. I spelt it wrong. You know, it's different. You just don't know what this guy's capable of. This motherfucker might be Wesley Snipes in disguise. But you, China Mac, chose to, you know, start addressing it on the internet in a public forum, letting everybody know that you had some ill will towards this guy, and this guy happened to see it. So I watched the video, man, where this guy's basically reacting to the video of China Mac talking about him, and he was feeling some type of way. He wanted to get straight to the phone calls. He was done with it, right? He said, oh, so you want to play? Orderly, trip out. I ain't scared of you, Jackie Chan. We can do it, right? So that's where the animosity started to build, man. I think it was a big misconception on China Mac's part. I think China Mac should have handled it a little bit different, respects to the Mac, but at the same time, I think he could have went about it just a little bit different. He had phone numbers. He could have tapped in, and I think this guy AD, man, wasn't the one to play with. Okay, he wasn't the one to play with because his pull-up game was real. China Mac's was as well. Don't get it twisted, man. Don't get China Mac fucked up. He's a gangster in every form or fashion. But this guy was not playing no games, man. He tapped in quick. Them having mutual acquaintances, Sasuke wasn't nothing but a chicken wing, man, to make a couple phone calls, right? And indubitably, they made these phone calls. And once phone calls are made and it's out there, people will set it up. just so they can wet it up, right? And they did. They wetted that street up, man. So eventually what happens is they get to a mutual contact. Of course, from what I hear, and I could be wrong, man. I can't call it like an alcoholic, but what I can say is Whack 100, again, fucking Alvin himself, Pitas, was involved in some form or fashion. He's always around. You notice that? He's always, I got the tape. No, I got the tape, blood. On Pyro, I got the tape. You know what? Who gives a fuck what you got, bro? What you got, bro, is a whole bunch of fucking pitas on your face. And with all that money, you need to go get that fixed. That's what you got, right? What you got is motherfucking a price on your head. Motherfuckers looking for you. That's what you got. You know what I mean? What you got is a whole lot of nothing, man. You think you got that bag, bro, and you might have a little bag. I can't lie, you know what I mean? I can't call that. But what you also got, bro, is a stigma of being a foul mouth liar and a fat mouth, big ass, ugly motherfucker. That's what you got. I'm just saying. Anyways, so this fight was facilitated. However, it was facilitated allegedly. These two were able to meet up. AD No Jumper, of course, and China Mac, and of course they got to it. Oh yeah, they got right to it, right? And of course, we haven't seen no footage of this. Everyone just seen the aftermath. And just from my perspective on the fight, man, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it motherfucking all the way real because that's what I do right here on Gunners Collective. I keep it real. And Menudo style in a direct fashion. I'll say China Mac got beat up. The wind blowing, you know, I don't know. He might have hit him with the spinning fucking Superman punch for all I know. But the way it looked about the AD, they said, man, how do you feel? He was like, my knuckles hurt, right? China Mac was like, that's not my problem. China, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, brothers. Respect, but at the same time, man, I'm just keeping it real. China Mac wasn't no punk. See, it doesn't matter in a fight if you win or you lose. Everybody wants to win. Don't nobody want to take the elbow. It's the pull-up. The pull-up is real. This man will forever have my respect and forever have the respect of a lot of other people because even knowing that this guy was 3 times bigger than him, man, this man slid right on up into that street like, fuck it, let's handle our business because he really felt some type of way. And that's the thing that you got to respect about China Mac is if he speaks on it, man, he's going to be about it. You know, and that's that old school gangster mentality, man, coming from New York, coming from Rikers Island, coming from the penitentiary. All these moves that he made necessary in life to secure oneself. He ain't no punk, bro. He done been through it already. You think he just forgot how to fight? You know what I mean? To what degree of fighting he does, I can't call. Like I said, I ain't seen the tip yet. Whack, put it out the bitch if you got it, right? But he slid up. The pull-up was real. He pulled up and popped like Curry, right? Like the Warriors. He pulled up and popped like Clay. You can't be mad at that. Now, again, at the same time, this guy AD being 3-4 times bigger than him, of course, man, probably snatched him up in the Cobra Clutch and the crossface crippler and proceeded to fucking give him the what the fuck, right? And that was it. So we see the aftermath of the fight, man. We see this dude who facilitated it. He's like, man, you guys good? You guys good? And of course, man, they called it good. They didn't call it quits, but they called it good. And that's what real gangsters do, man. You go out there, you slide up, you handle your business. The fade is real, one-on-one, and then you kick on back because someone's chin got checked. Or maybe both their chins got checked. At the same time, we don't know because we haven't seen it. So people are assuming that I've heard a lot of different rumors. Oh, man, this was a setup. This is to get attention for Mac East. This is to get attention for No Jumper. Nah, man. I got a couple contacts out there in the LA area, man. I dipped in and I dashed out real quick and I hit them up. And I was like, what's good with it, bro? What happened between these cats? Because I'm thinking about doing a little segment on some content. And so I was kind of need to know if it's really the real deal Holyfield or if it's some bullshit ass shit. If it's a setup. They said, nah, it's real. They caught that fade. You know, they did that. At the same time, man, that's what grown men do. And I said, you know what? I respect the fuck out of that. That goes a long way in the realm of what we got going on. Now, let's get to YouTubers. Okay? They handled their business. It's out there, man. Refer to all the different videos. People are talking about it. I just wanted to, you know what I mean? So I wanted to get my issue on. But I will tell you this. Let's refer to other YouTubers and their pull-up game. There's a lot of people in this YouTube genre, man. And I'm not just saying the prison genre. Every different genre in YouTube that do this. They're like that fucking old lady, that teacher on Charlie Brown, man. Wah, 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 wah. Don't know what they're saying, but they know they're saying something, right? There's always a lot of back and forth. Oh, we can get it. We could do this. We could do that. And people never really meet up, man. You know, but fights happen. Okay, fights happen on YouTube because people catch each other slipping. So obviously it's a small world after all. You can only get away with so much for so long, right? In so many different wiggleizations. Eventually you're going to see that person who you woofed on, man. That's just the way the world works. It's called karma. You know what I mean? If you got something bad to say about someone, eventually you're going to have to knuckle up before you buckle up. And that's just a fact. I myself had gotten into a few confrontations with a few people, and I try to keep it G. I try to keep it as respectful as possible. I'm like, okay, right? You want to do all this, you want to do all that. That's understandable. At the same time, you're mad at me because you ain't me. But it's neither here nor there, man. When the time comes, when the time is right, so we can do it tonight, baby. We can do it. See, I ain't tripping. You know, I'm not tripping whatsoever. Unlike China Mac and unlike AD, man, you know what I mean? You never know when I'm going to pull up. The game is real. Anyways, with that being said, man, this is not a very long video. I just wanted to touch on the situation between AD, No Jumper, of course, and China Mac. From my perspective on it, from a Chicano, from a Mexicano, from Latino perspective, that was some G shit, bro. At the end of the day, that was some G shit. Because, you know, once they took it to the public platform, once the Mac, you know, China Mac, started to not instigate this, but started to let it be known, man, that he was feeling some type of way and he felt highly disrespected. And AD retaliated by saying, I mean, you can pull up. Mac did that, bro. And AD was right there waiting on him. And for that, man, I say you guys got my ultimate respect. I don't care what anybody says about, oh, this was fake, oh, he was bigger than him, oh, he knew this, oh, China Mac this and that, should have never said nothing. It don't matter. He said it, man, and he pulled up like motherfucker with a full tank of unleaded and let out 20. And that's all that matters in life in general, you know. Live by the creed of do what you say and say what you do. And if you do that, everything's going to see all right on 55th. You sure will. You know what I mean? Another one, man. That motherfucker C-Mac. A lot of people wolf on him. A lot of people talk about this and that. About, oh, he's a sucker. He's a J-Cat. He's that. But that man took his DP like a motherfucking Mac and then pushed on back. And that's what you do in life, man. I've been in the same situations where you have to walk in certain places and you know they got you surrounded, Sasuke. But fuck it, Holmes. Such is life. You do what you does, cuz, right? And you make it happen. At the end of the day, you reap what you sow. That's what I've learned. Anyways, I hope that you move fast with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, when that day ends, man, it's all about you and your familia and what you're going to do to struggle and strive to get that back, to bring it home, so that way you guys can eat frijoles and crush them cucarachas. With that being said, man, there's a little notification bell if you want to hit that one time for your mind. I greatly appreciate that. I highly appreciate that. I respect the fact if you don't. It's all good. You can hit that thumbs down, heavy as the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to do mine in a gunner fashion because that's the only fashion I know how to do it in. Bang, bang. China Mac pulled up. AD put the whooping on him. From my perspective. I could have just said that and fucking did a video in 1 minute. Bang, bang.